I remember, you and Stetson were joking last week. He was like, "Oh, you're saying you're going to go off. How does it kind of feel to, like, go and actually do that?"
I mean, I spoke to his ears, man. But God's, just pray, keep praying, and God's answered my questions, but I was ready.
There were so many moving pieces on the offense last week. Was there a certain point in the game where you felt like it all sort of came together?
Man, I believe in all my teammates, man. I just know what type of players and what type of teammates I have around me, and I know we got a lot of dogs on the team, so I wasn't too much worried. I knew he was gonna come through.
They trust you on a lot of third down plays. What does it kind of mean to have that trust from Matthew and the coaching staff?
It means a lot, man. Just something I've been building since day one, and I'm just gonna keep building and moving forward. Just keep making plays.
It looked like Matthew was in the locker room a little later after practice than usual last week, staying in the facility a little bit later. What was, if at all, like the extra work he was putting in with you guys to get ready for the game last week?
Oh, that's just normal. That's normal, man. So, man, it's a great quarterback. He in every morning putting in work. He makes the game much easier for his guys, and I appreciate him as a quarterback.
So that's something that we're all working through and all learning, and we're a group that plays really hard, and now we just have to figure out the technique behind it, right? And all of our technique is, how to get off of blocks, how to disengage. Now we're working through, how to work with stiff arm tackles, because that's what a lot of quarterbacks try to do, and how to take that extra step. So it's a learning process.
Obviously, it can be just a split second of a decision based on an angle you take when you're trying to bring a quarterback down.
Mm-hmm.
For people who may not know as much about rushing the passer, what goes into that, and like I said, just how much of a split second decision can that truly be?
Yeah, it is really one of those split second decisions, right? Especially when we're working games, right? We've worked a lot of games over the first 3 games of the season, and when we're working all of these twist stunts, sometimes you're coming around and there's a big old offensive lineman, like they're big in real life too, and the quarterbacks are high and right behind them, especially guys like Kyler, or guys like Caleb. They have a big offensive line too this week, and so sometimes you just barely catch him out the corner of your eye, and where you think he's going, you take that one angle, and the fact of the matter is, like, they're 100-something pounds lighter than we are. Like, they're going to be able to move around a little bit better than we are, so we just have to do a better job of understanding where we can lose to, right? Some of those times we're losing to the inside, and all of our hope is inside, back where all of the rest of the 4 or 5 guys rushing are, and so learning to kind of force them back inside if we do lose, but it is hard. It is one of those split-second decisions, and you think you know the right answer, trust. Like, nobody's just out there running to the sideline. We all want to get sacks, and, that's our money down. So, but it just comes down to being able to break down, see the hips. But when there's a lot of things going on in the game, it's hard to focus at times. So,
Kobie, when you look at film, is Kyler similar to Caleb or vice versa?
Yeah, so they're both really elusive. I think Caleb has a lot of elusiveness in the pocket as well. He's shown a lot more elusiveness in the pocket. Kyler is really dangerous when you get out in the open field, as is Caleb. Caleb's also looking to more so create, whereas Kyler, if he breaks contain, he can just take off for 40. Caleb has those capabilities. He's an athlete, a really good athlete, but he's also looking more so to create. So once he breaks the pocket, he has all of the arm angles. He's able to, contort his body different ways to be able to get the ball downfield. So it presents a little bit of a different challenge for us. But that's another thing, too, that if we just continue to hunt and continue to get after them, if our back end is plastering like we know that they will and know that they can be, then that gives us an extra second, whereas some other guys might take off. Caleb's looking to create and create with his arm. So that's what's made him really good. That's what makes him really dangerous. And so those are a little bit of the differences, but he is really elusive.
How'd you feel about your performance on Sunday?
I was glad we got the win. I think that was the most important part of it. It was a team effort, defensive effort. I think that was the emphasis, going into the week, stopping the run and earning the right to rush the passer, and I thought we accomplished that.
And it seemed like you were getting after the quarterback a lot late in the game. How are you kind of able to keep your legs fresh and to keep that motor going?
I just think it starts with the week process, getting your conditioning in after practice, taking care of the body is the biggest thing, before and after practice, whatever extra work is needed to make sure the body gets right. I think that's kind of been the key so far.
Next Gen Stats says you lead all rookies in pressures through 3 games. What does that, say about how you performed, and what does that mean to you?
I guess temporary, that's cool, but pressures only mean you almost got it. So I think, now the focus is, honing in on the little details, be able to finish the sack and finish the tackles and, making the plays that need to be made.
And what kind of goes through your mind when you're playing your first home game against, a division rival? Is there anything different about how you approach that game?
No, I try not to. It's still early on in the season, early on in my own career. I'm just trying to focus on my little details and, doing my 1/11th on the field. I think it's easy to get caught up in the hype of what's going on around you. But, early on right now in my career, I'm just trying to focus on what I can, do better myself and make the team better.
Who kind of on that defensive line has helped you the most throughout this process of, acclimating to the program?
I think everyone's kind of played, hand in that. I think, between Kobie, Bobby, Dez, even Nev coming in late. They've all been, great mentors and, just helped me out with the little things, just giving me some good insights. So, yeah, it's been good so far from everybody in the room.